Hey, Christy Mattoon here with Rewire. I had to get on, and I've been talking a lot in different groups about fear and peace. Fear and peace. And because of the coronavirus, so this is about conquering the coronavirus. And it's really quite simple if you think about it. If you're one of the people who follow this kind of stuff, you follow me, maybe you follow Joe Dispenza, you follow Greg Braden, you follow Bruce Lipton, you follow things from, I don't know, different organizations and people who do um, healing work and all these different kinds of things, you know about vibration, right? If your vibration is high enough, you're going to conquer the virus. You might catch a couple of symptoms, but if you understand vibration, you know that you can direct your awareness to wherever you're feeling the symptom with this higher vibration and conquer the symptom. Come on now. You've been doing this for a while. You've been listening to me. You've been listening to all of these other people. Let's start to put all of this together. The vibration of the coronavirus is super low. In fact, it's probably lower than most of the low vibrations, because it was just a lame, underhanded attempt to separate everybody. And it's doing a really good job, right? The people who set this up have done a really super good job of it. If we are together and in community and in communication, they can't harm us, right? Our vibration raises. It's like a bundle of sticks. If you've got one stick, it's easy to break. If you've got a whole bundle of them and they're all recognizing their power, guess what happens? It gets stronger and it gets stronger. And now it's harder to break. It's harder to bust up. This is no different. It's the same thing. So if you hold the vibration at a certain level, at a certain peak, which is love, joy, peace, gratitude, the heart-centered emotions that we always talk about, the attributes of your spirit, which is part of what's being kept from you by keeping you in these lower vibrations. When you come into those higher vibrations, it conquers this other stuff. And we talk about fear. Where does fear come from? What is fear, right? If you're in fear of this thing, it means you're not at peace. It means you're not in your spirit. It means you're not in your heart-centered emotions. And it means that you're probably going to get the virus, right? I don't know. That's how this kind of stuff seems to work. So when you recognize the fear, you have to say, okay, wait a minute, I'm not going to do fear. What am I going to do instead? And then how do I find that different level of feeling? Because once you go there and you recognize, like you feel a tickle in your throat or a tickle in your lungs, and you're like, uh-oh, right? The fear sets in, the brain goes crazy, starts telling the stories, and then you have to stop yourself and say, okay, wait a minute. I'm not going to tell the story of illness. I'm not going to tell the story that I've heard other people tell and around the globe at this point. Like, come on, it's pretty bad. And you raise your vibration, you tell yourself a different story, get inside your heart space, build up that energy, right? That electromagnetic field from your heart space is going to start producing the energy that you're looking for, and then send it straight from your heart space inside your own system. It's a very short distance to wherever it needs to go, and target that area with that higher vibration. It's how a lot of healers do their work, right? Tricks of the trade, I guess. Directing energy. Where are you directing it to? What do you need it directed to? The fear monster. I don't know. It's pretty easy to conquer. It's pretty easy to stop and say, okay, I'm gonna go this direction instead of that direction. I'm not gonna buy into the fear mongering. And not that it's not, I mean, the thing that's going on in the planet right now is just super crazy. But if you just recognize it as the contrast, and the contrast is being created by us buying into what's going on, which was created by other human beings, unfortunately, right? It's a game of control. And if you followed this through history, you would understand that that's exactly what everything you've ever been taught is. It's a game of control. And what can we implant into your system and teach you about you that probably has nothing to do with you? Does it make sense? So you got to kind of follow it through the system here. How do you conquer the coronavirus? Let's go over it one more time. You recognize that you're in fear or anger or sadness or frustration or anxiety, whatever you would call it. And instead of doing that, you come into your heart space and go into a level of peace, a level of calmness, a level of joy. Find something you can look at that causes joy. I saw this happen a few times. I was just on a road trip. I went out to help my dad actually get some food and stuff stocked up for his own benefit. And I saw this huge flock of birds flying over at one point. This huge flock of birds. And I'm standing there, I'm sitting in my car actually, watching this flock of birds. And I was just in awe. I was just like, wow. Because they went right in front of my car. You know how when birds move, you get that kind of dynamic look to them. I was just like, whoa. I was in awe. I was in awe. It blew me away. It was so beautiful. That is what you need to conquer this. And you have to go out and you have to look for it. You have to get into nature. You have to go watch and see, and then be in awe when you see something. Just don't kind of half notice it and then move on. Stand there and watch. Pull over and look. The other part, I was driving down a back road between Laramie, Wyoming and Fort Collins. And out of the corner of my eye, I see these black running in this field. And I look over, and it's a mother cow, like jumping up and down, like hopping. And these two little baby calves dancing and hopping behind her, running through this field. It was the cutest thing. And of course, I slam on the brakes and slide to the curb. I was over there watching them. It's the second time in probably less than 3 years I've seen that scenario. And it's just, I don't know, it's so cute. And it just puts my heart in this huge, open, like you fall in love kind of space. That's what you need to conquer this. And once you feel it, you have to memorize it, because we were brought up in fear. We were brought up in this kind of off-kiltered stuff, all the things that isn't heart-centered emotions and has nothing to do with your spirit, right? It has nothing to do with who you truly are. And so to get back to that, to find that, we're going to do some more videos on this kind of stuff. You have to start finding the things that bring you into a heart-centered place, and they're the attributes of the spirit. They're the attributes of your spirit. And when you start to recognize those, your vibration raises and it naturally conquers this stuff. And it's only because you're not in the vibration of the stuff that would make the physical body sick. If I'm not vibrating at the same rate that the coronavirus exists in, and I'm at a different rate, I'm not going to catch it. Does it make sense? Joe Dispenza just released a video somebody sent to me. The copy, I've read a few different things underneath it, and there's one copy with the sound and one without the sound, and I'll see if I can repost it underneath here so you can watch it too. And it gives you the science, right? It gives you the science. It's called Dr. Joe Dispenza, Corona Virus. They don't want you to know this. I'm trying to see who actually put the video up. It's not going to show me. Just Motivation. So I'm giving some props to Just Motivation here. Look up Just Motivation on YouTube, and then his Dr. Joe Dispenza Coronavirus. They don't want you to know this video. It's the science behind how this works, right? There's science behind it. We know that when you stay in this higher vibration, this higher level of feeling, you can conquer all this stuff, okay? I hope this blesses you. I hope this helps. Watch again tomorrow. We'll be on again tomorrow with some more. And I'll have a little announcement tomorrow for a way that you can work with me privately or in a group setting. And the group setting is going to be priced super, super low through this period of time that the world is going through all this, just to keep us all out of the fear and out of the craziness. All right. Again, I hope this blesses you, and I can't wait to talk to you.